thanks to the support as a channel member, Robert Bannerman. Mrs Wearmouth. I know it's not quite the Champions League final we were hoping for against Tottenham, where we could right the wrongs of the last two finals we've played against them, but it is a Champions League final against a team who the last time we played earlier this season, we beat them 3-0. This is a Champions League final we could actually win. And we kind of have to, because I can't imagine we're ever going to get to another Champions League final. It's now or never. Hello and welcome to part 114 of the Greek Odyssey. I'm Kev, and coming up on today's episode, we have the Champions League final. It's Apollon Smyrnis against Inter Milan. And goodness me, am I nervous about what might be about to happen. Since you were last with me, we did win the cup as well, as you would expect. The league was confirmed. We did win, and we did lose and draw one game each, but we had a goal difference of 100 and over 100 points as well. So safe to say, dominating the championship group. Interestingly, Panathinaikos just disappeared. Panathinaikos finishing fourth in the loser group. They're done. I don't know what's happened at Panathinaikos, but this isn't a story about Panathinaikos today. This is a story about Apollon trying to win the Champions League. I will say at the start, because we always get people watch the result and then disappear on these videos inexplicably. If we win the in fact, regardless, I think this is probably the final season at this point. I'm looking at my calendar, looking at the date today, knowing that I'm moving really, really soon. At the very least, after this season, there'll be a break. We might come back for one more in the new house in a couple of weeks' time if we don't get the job done today. But regardless, this isn't the last episode. We've still got the Club World Cup to play this summer, which we qualified for by getting to our Champions League final last time. So we have still got videos, hopefully for the rest of this week, which will culminate in us winning the Club World Cup as well as the Champions League. That's the plan. And of course, we'll have the 5 years in the future, and then we have bits and pieces on the channel as well before we hit FM21. So don't go anywhere after this match, thinking it's job done. Look at me talking as if we're going to win. As ever, of course, because this is a major final, it's going out as a premiere as well. So hello to those of you who are watching it live. If you are watching live in the chat right now, give us a hello, folks. If you're one of the channel members down there, get your emoji game on. That's what being a channel member is all about. And if you do enjoy the experience of being involved in a live chat, you need to come over to my Twitch from time to time. I stream on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday nights. The link is in the description below. Again, the timetable is a bit hit and miss over the next couple of weeks because I'm moving house. But we'll be back into regular Twitch streaming again for FM21. Have I procrastinated enough to let everyone get into the start of this premiere so they can see kickoff? That's the idea with these things. Obviously, if you're watching on the replay, sorry, but we have to make sure everyone gets in on time. So this is the team for our Champions League final. And I'm afraid. So we're going with Tennessee in goal, a back four of Lutz, Bilbao, Hernandez and Solorzano, Milo at the base of the midfield, Duffy and Font ahead of him because of an injury to Dominguez. You can see Dominguez down here. He's fit enough to be on the bench, but not fit enough to play. I forget what his actual injury is, a tight calf. So Unai Dominguez not playing in the Champions League final. Font coming in to replace him, and then Chermont, Sonny and Acosta at the front three. So Acosta getting in ahead of Pedraza. We've also got a slight knock to Richard, and of course Leica, who was so important in our last run to the Champions League final, not registered for the Champions League so that we could register Acosta, because they were both players we would have had to have registered at Christmas. So, I mean, we just got to do it now, haven't we? There's no further delay to be had here. Inter didn't win Serie A for the first time in years, so they're either going to be broken and sad, or they're going to be out for revenge. Both teams are playing in blue stripes. That's not going to be difficult to identify. Us in blue and white, them in blue and black. I mean, you can easily tell all those. Actually, you can, because the white is quite dominant on our kit, especially from the back. But let's get into the game. Let's expect you to keep our run of form going. It's confused Sonny, who's finished as top goal scorer. How is it confusing to tell him to carry on scoring lots of goals Right, Hernandez. I don't like the fact we've started with our goalkeeper unless we're about to score a wonder goal in the first minute of this game. Solorzano is getting up on the right-hand side of the pitch, but he's given the ball away, and that's going to leave a gap behind him that Inter are going to look to exploit with a counter-attack here, but Font getting well in there, justifying his selection. I'd looked away because I thought the move was over. Lutz, I think, has kept that in when he really didn't need to and has left us in an enormous amount of pressure. I thought Tennessee had made the save, but I think it's actually gone wide. Little bit of note for the channel historians as well. This is Michael Beagles' second final of the series of FM20, second Champions League final for two different clubs. Michael Beagles gets around a bit when it comes to being a Champions League winning goalkeeper, clearly. Obviously, this time in his Greek guise of Mikel Beaglesopoulos. Right, Solorzano, down the right-hand side, cuts it in, looking for Milo, and finds him. Milo to Font, who's got a little bit of space there. Chermont, and there's an overlap from Lutz on that left-hand side, but they delayed the pass and he had to stop his run, and it kind of made the whole thing look a lot less oomphy than it was before. We've not played very well yet in this game. We're going to ask for 10 minutes of passion. We need to get things moving. Milo's done very well there, and Duffy now has a chance to look up and pick a pass the way Duffy can. But he plays it to Acosta, who feeds Solorzano in on the right, who goes past one man, goes past another man. This is sensational from Solorzano, and Sonny with a huge chance that somehow he's missed. That might come back to bite us. That might cost us. That words, Kev. Insert cliche here. Acosta plays it to Bilbao. He's a big lad, don't you know? 6'6" in the Champions League final. Who'd have thought it? But the move just kind of drifts away. We need to get ourselves, we need to assert ourselves on this game. We're having a lot of possession, but it's a lot of wasted possession in areas that it doesn't really matter. We're keeping hold of the ball nicely in midfield, but Inter are just counter-attacking us and getting all the shots. Although, I guess neither of us have had a really good chance so far. Although I would argue the one for Sonny was a clear-cut chance, but apparently it wasn't. Sonny does well here, though, to keep hold of possession. Font is in, but obviously Sonny's not there to get on the end of a cross, but Acosta is! And Kevin Acosta has scored in the Champions League final. The 19-year-old, who only signed for us in January, has scored for us in the Champions League final. 40 minutes on the clock, Inter 0, Apollon 1. Could he be the most inspired signing in the history of football? That might be going a little bit far, but he is going to be very, very special. So young to be so influential and so important. 10 goals already for us. Chermont's there as well, but the header is blocked and it comes back to Lutz. And we'd be happy to not have another highlight for the rest of the game now. I'm happy with this. We'll take this. Thank you. Paul Duffy losing possession is not something I ever expect to see. But he has been impressive at breaking into the final third. Duffy doesn't give away possession. Right, guard against complacency now. We've got 45 minutes to not concede a goal, and then we're the champions of Europe, which would be amazing. We've got the best goalkeeper in the world, so we've got everything going in our favour. I've just realised the final is in Rome. So they've got the final in Italy. At least it's not in Milan, I guess. Lutz with a big, long throw. Chermont trying to find Duffy, but couldn't. But Chermont's still got the ball. Milo now in a crossing position. He floats it over to Sonny, who once again heads wide. Sonny is not with it today at all. But Richard's not fit. Although, according to that, he is 100% fit. He just didn't have the match fitness. So maybe Richard can come on. We've got Carnevale on the bench as well. So, we could bring him on in the Champions League final. You'll all love that. We've got a lot of big Carnevale fans. How have we let them have this much space? That's such a soft goal to concede. It's been disallowed, I think. Have we been given... We've been given a lifeline by the referee. They're all offside. There's like 5 of them offside there. Not by very much, clearly. But there was a lot of them offside. So, yeah, I can get on board with that being disallowed. I'm not gonna write a letter to my MP asking for that decision to be overturned. Right. Chermont, my assistant manager's saying bring Beckless on. It's the Champions League final. We're going to bring on Sanchez, a player who's been here for nearly 10 years that we know we can just, again, Carnevale, no thank you. We're going to bring on Richard, a player that we know will get important goals in big games for us. And we're just going to, we've brought on some experience there in Sanchez, and hopefully he's just going to come on and help settle things down a little bit. He was one of I mean, to be fair, one of quite a few of these who was involved when we were in the final three. Was it 3 or 4 years ago? So he's been here before. He's lost before. Oh, Lutz goes the wrong way, but luckily manages to get the ball clear. The Inter players are getting overwhelmed by their feedback. This is good. This is very good. They're starting to struggle mentally. Like Solorzano's won a penalty here, and this could be enough. This could be it. If we can, I mean, that's like a passing of the torch. Alphonso Davies to Solorzano. One great fullback to another, and there's Richard. I mean, no messing about. Just steps up, takes the penalty. It's 2-0 to Apollon. 15 minutes to go. Let's not mess it up for Mire. I mean, he's still in the area when that penalty's taken. Pretty sure that's not allowed, but the refs let the penalty be taken. So I'm not going to argue. Again, I'm not going to complain too much that it's happened. Banny's going to come on now as my final change for Duffy, who hasn't really got a hold of this game the way you would expect him to, but Richard's in again here, and that time can't get his shot away. And I think Richard is trying to prove a point that he is our number one striker in this game. What a game to prove that point as well. That's what we signed him to do, but he had injuries early on, just at the time when Sonny was exploding. And it's now been 2 years of Sonny getting the nod ahead of Richard. And to be fair, Sonny has been very good, just not in some of the bigger games. It's Damien syndrome. Sonny scores a lot of goals against weaker opposition, put him up against the best teams in the world, and he kind of goes missing. Sanchez! And we've won the Champions League! And it's Claudio Sanchez, who might just be my player of the series, my hero of the series. He's been here so long. He's scored 26 goals for us this season from the left wing. He's our club captain. And, I mean, we've not done a knighthood in this save. I mean, is there anyone more deserving of it than Claudio Sanchez? He's the one that stayed. When everyone else went off for their big moves, Claudio Sanchez is the one that stayed, and he has his Champions League final goal to his name now. He's there holding the trophy, and Apollon Smyrnis are the champions of Europe. I did think, I was convinced we weren't going to get there for large points of this save. But goodness me, we've done it. And there's 27 years old now, Claudio Sanchez. He's been here. I mean, he is moving into his 10th year. I mean, he's having it. My last knighthood of FM20, and I don't think anyone deserves it more than Sir Claudio Sanchez. What a hero. What a performance again. We're the champions of Europe, and it was easy. We've now scored 6 consecutive goals against Inter with no reply. That looks stunning. I love how that looks. Well, we've won the Champions League. 16 million quid for winning that. Medals. Michaelis hails a true Apollon legend. Is that me? Is that me? I'm the true Apollon legend. Awesome. Mrs Wearmouth. Mrs Wearmouth's having a lovely time. Happy now, are you? Yeah. We've won the Champions. Yes, you made like 30 million quid doing it. I mean, is that really the most important thing right now? We're champions of Europe, Mrs Wearmouth. Yeah, I'll talk to you later. I'm doing a video. Oh, my word. Solorzano had a good game and has grown a goatee beard. I don't remember him having that before. 5 million there, 17. The money's flowing in as champions of Europe. That's fixed any money problems that we had. We've won the Champions League. My goodness me. Oh, Paul Duffy's a club legend as well. Sanchez is on the icons list. Yeah, it all looks about right. And now we get to play in the Club World Cup, which starts, the draw's today. Let's do the draw for the Club World Cup then, I guess. Is that actually happening? That's being drawn right now? Because that's going to be the rest of the week's episodes. We're going to do the Club World Cup, then we're going to leave, then we're going to do 5 years in the future. I don't know why we didn't just see that happen. Because we're not involved in the draw. So Chelsea play against Wellington, and then it gets through into the first round afterwards, I guess. But that'll be drawn once we know the result of that game. And that game is happening in the middle of June. So it's a little while yet. So actually, We don't know who we're going to play in the Club World Cup yet, but it is going to be tomorrow. And we've had a couple of goes at the Club World Cup on FM20, most notably with Apollon, when we'd never even played in the Champions League because we got into it as champions of Greece because Greece were hosting it that year. But now we're in it on merit as the current champions of Europe. That's got to make us favourites for the whole thing, doesn't it? We might have one more trophy to add to the list before we consider Apollon a job done. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.